Episode 73 of The Loaded Couch. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. PS4 Slim leaked. More NX rumors. Gamescom 2016 winners. Poopocalypse. Questions from listeners. And beer. Beer.
Reach in at your own risk. This is The Loaded Couch.
All right, we're back. Episode 73 of The Loaded Couch. I'm Scotch Hound.
Pigeon peg leg. Oh, wait.
And Celtic Fox.
Cut you off.
Cut.
And let's get started with our beer mash. Pidge, why don't you tell us what you're drinking?
I'm drinking the Ecto Cooler from High C. It's a citrus drink from Atlanta, Georgia. Light green, 0% alcohol.
Does it glow in the dark?
Makes my insides glow.
Did you get it in a big gallon jug?
No, I didn't see it. I only saw it in the little 6-ounce little packs.
The sippy cups or the sippy boxes or whatever?
If he could get this in a water cooler sized jug, I think he would.
Yeah.
I read a bunch of stuff like people. It's like not the same when it was back in the day. It's actually the same, and it's so good.
They're just using sugar that's good for you now.
I don't even know if they're doing that.
No, they're probably not.
They're probably using corn syrup crystals.
It's just recycled radiator fluid.
Let's see, Flint, Michigan, water from.
All right, Kelk, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Tank 7 Farmhouse Ale. And this is from Boulevard Brewing. It's their Saison Farmhouse Ale. They're out of Kansas City, Missouri, and the color is like a golden pea color, but according to them, it's straw golden.
Yeah.
It's 8.5% alcohol.
Have you ever had this one before? Because I wanted to recommend this one to you.
I have not had it before.
Curious to know what you think.
Preliminary taste, it's really good.
Okay.
Myself, I have the Saranac Gen 4 Session IPA.
Whoa.
It's by the Matt Brewing Company. It's an IPA, of course, out of Utica, New York. 4.8% alcohol, and it's quite tasty. Pidge, you'll have to try it. And how much you love the IPAs.
Yeah, and especially a Gen 4. That's like, it's like the Wii U or something, right?
Yeah.
No, it'd be the GameCube.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of games, the arcade bars, which I guess is a semi-new thing, intoxicating cocktails of craft beers and video games, were initially a Brooklyn experiment, but are now popping up in Manhattan, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, with other cities following suit. Paige, have you run into any of these? Or?
No, I think they said West New Jersey in the Bumble Hills.
Yeah, really? I wish.
Talk to the mayor.
Yeah, I'll have to see what I can work out.
Well, what was the Dave and Buster's is kind of like this situation, this type of deal, right?
Yeah, I think
on a grander scale.
Yeah, on a grander scale, but it has like those cheesy games. I mean, I think these arcade bars are the ones that have like the old school, like Galaga and Xavius and Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, stuff like that.
You know what I think too? I think when you do something like this, because arcades are really kind of hard to make the profit on, I think you have to make it kind of a really trendy bar and food establishment with a little bit of the nostalgic gaming sprinkled in there. Like don't rely on it to move customers just because of the arcade machines, but make it like a cool place to go relax and chill out. And then
what are some of the nostalgia video games that you'd like to see?
I think you got to go all the way back to like Space Invaders and
720.
Dig Dug and games like that. Like some of the really
Ivan Stewart's Off-Road.
Oh man, don't even tease me.
Maybe some skee ball.
Skee ball, just the original stuff. Like even a Pac-Man,
Miss Pac-Man's preferred.
Some pinball machines.
Missile Command.
Yeah, I think stuff like that is like exciting to kick back and just have the memories and the fond memories, but also have really good craft beers and good bar food while you're doing that.
Right.
Yeah, I think the owner of one of the places is like they drink beer and they play games and they have fun playing it. So, and the longer they play, the more beer they drink. So it's
Sure.
like a win-win for them.
Exactly. Like I'd be more inclined to go to a place like that than a Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's just seems very phony and over the top to me.
Oh yeah, that's more of like but even still, that's where if you want to get food and you're out with a bunch of friends, you don't have really anywhere else to go,
Yeah.
And that's where you go to start a fight.
or get your credit card number stolen.
Yeah.
A Wisconsin woman faces multiple charges after she cracked open a beer instead of getting out of her car after a police stop or early on Wednesday. Can you imagine? Get out of your car. Nope.
She actually looks like she's actually wearing a nurse outfit, which is kind of scary.
What would you say if you were that police officer?
I don't know, man.
Let's get out. Let's do a line walk.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
But
I mean,
no.
what if
okay.
what if you got pulled over and they were going to make you do something like that and you hadn't been drinking yet? I guess you'd have to take the keys out of the car, right? Because the keys can't be in the ignition, otherwise it's considered to be a drivable vehicle.
Are you allowed to tell her to get out and chug the whole beer? Like right on the spot, be like, "You've now opened it. Now you must consume the whole thing."
Yeah.
And then give her the breathalyzer.
Chug. Like shotguns it,
Yeah,
stabs the bottom,
yeah.
opens it up.
Start cheering for her.
Frank
And
the
then
Tank.
get her in trouble.
She looks a little proud in the mugshot also.
Just, look at me, bitches.
Her eyebrows on fleek, though. I tell you that.
Jeez. Kelk, what'd you watch in movies this past week?
Well, I kind of got pulled into a like a romance movie. My wife watched. It's called Brooklyn. It's about Irish immigrants. I think in the 50s.
Should I do my impression from Princess Bride, the old lady?
Which one?
Boo!
Boo this man.
Yeah, it was a little something different than I'm used to. It was pretty good, actually. It got really good reviews, and that was on, I think we watched that on Netflix, or we might have watched it on our Xfinity on demand.
Is that the one where you dissed me that night?
Yeah.
I'm watching movies with Laura
there was a
instead
bunch
of
of,
playing video games with you.
Yes,
There's a bunch of nights with that happening, wasn't there?
No, that was
Yeah,
the night,
it's like
though.
every night now.
And we bought The Jungle Book last night.
Okay.
How's
Did you
that?
watch it?
I watched
A
about...
little couch
Don't
account.
say you watched half of it.
No, I actually pulled a pigeon. I watched about a third of it, and
I
I
know.
fell asleep. But I woke up about 10:30 when it was over, and Evan was still awake watching it.
Bright-eyed Michelle.
No, he was yawning. He was hurting pretty bad. But he finished it, went to bed, and then I guess him and Laura rewatched it again this morning. So I've yet to finish watching it, but from what I saw, it looked really, really good.
Was that on the loaded couch account?
No, that was on the Celtic Fox account.
Oh, okay.
Pitch, what'd you watch?
I watched The Green Room. This was a movie back in January when we did a podcast about what movies you want to see coming this year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one with the Patrick Stewart, who's a bar owner who is like a Nazi lover.
Okay.
So this is right up Kelk's alley.
I was gonna say, Kelk, did you watch this?
I'll have to check this
Pitch,
one
you
out
watched it.
then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's essentially a band through 5 degrees of separation gets a gig at this, I don't know, neo-Nazi bar, I guess.
Okay.
And they play and they go and they witness a murder, and so they get locked down and they try to find a way to get out of there. And there's a lot of twists and turns. I mean, ultimately the ending's obvious, but you never expect, the whole what happens to the people that get stuck in this venue. So it's really good.
So it's got like a little bit of a plot twist at the end?
Not at the end, but like in it, you're like, okay, okay, what are they going to do now? How are they going to try to escape? Okay, I didn't see that coming. And it's really graphic too. Like a guy gets shot in the side of the face with a shotgun.
Ooh.
Oh.
And it literally looks like he really got shot in the side of the face with a shotgun.
What was this on? Netflix or?
No, I got it from the library.
No, okay.
What are your thoughts on, how you can donate your body to science?
Yeah, like
What
my
if-
dad did.
What if we could, as the years come by and we start to get more and more desensitized to violence, we can donate our bodies to Hollywood, and then they can start using real dead bodies to shoot and
Ooh.
and maim and stuff in movies.
Would you want to be part of that cleanup crew?
Your body's all
There's-
drained of blood.
Hey, there's something out there for everybody to do,
Oof.
job wise. I imagine that wouldn't be fun, but
You can get paid for it. Start a union.
Exactly.
Dead body union for Hollywood.
I didn't see a movie. I saw a show, Rock of Ages. It was like a Hollywood production, but it was in Vegas while I was there.
Tom
Ooh.
Cruise.
No, it was based off of that, or at least the movie was based off of this
That was
play.
the
show.
isn't that the all 80s music?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the storyline and stuff. I mean, there were, of course, differences and all from the movie in comparison to the show, because there was like a narrator throughout the show, and I guess the person who was the narrator was Russell Brand's character in the actual movie.
Oh, Russell Brand's in it.
Were you really hoping it was Tom Cruise in there? Or?
No, not at all. Actually, this guy had a really good voice though, and I'm surprised. Like, I'd have to see the movie. I don't. Neither of you guys or none of you guys saw it. I'm assuming.
No,
No.
I did not know.
Okay, so I'm wondering if there is any of the singing and stuff in it, and how much of that singing is actually Tom Cruise.
Was it who's better, Tom Cruise or Jared Leto?
I don't know. After the complaints that we've been listing from Jared Leto the last few shows, I'm almost thinking Tom Cruise. But didn't I say that Tom Cruise is one of those stinky people from Hollywood?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, and Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, yeah, of course. Speaking of Jared Leto has joined the Blade Runner sequel cast. Alcon co-founder and co-CEOs Andrew Kosov and Broderick Johnson said, "We are thrilled that Jared has agreed to play a key role in the Blade Runner sequel."
Which part is he going to play? I wonder if he plays the I can't remember the guy's name. He's obviously not the main character, but
No, but what was the robots' names? They were called something
They were the Gen 7 or something like that, right? What the heck were they called? They were
like vagrants, Vargans or something.
yeah, I don't remember. But they were all different generations.
Replicant.
Oh, right. Replicants. Okay, the overalls. Yeah, but wasn't there different generations, Kelk?
yeah, there were different variants of them.
Yeah, I never seen. I saw the first 5 minutes of it.
And this goes scotchy with what I was saying before the show. Definitely check out Humans. If you're a big Blade Runner fan,
Right.
check out Humans because it really plays with that whole science versus evolution thing.
Sounds like Need for a Refill.
Not a movie. You know what? Yeah, no. I think I'm going to try to watch Mr. Robot.
Yeah, I still have to finish. I think the last episode of season 1.
I got to try it.
Mission Impossible 6 delayed due to pay dispute with Tom Cruise.
Ooh. Who does your son think I look like again?
He thinks you look like Tom Cruise.
I thought you were going to say Patrick Swayze.
I thought he was going to say Patrick Ewing.
That's kind of close too. So I guess there's a few different options as to why, or explanations as to why they're having this issue.
Let me guess. More money.
That's always the first, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
What? Not Tom Cruise.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I mean, they have to be paying him well to start with, no matter what.
I guarantee his base salary is something like $25 million.
Right.
What's the other explanation?
The other is that Cruise is seeking bigger salary. Nope, that's the salary one. So,
no, that's right. Yeah.
Reduce the budget, which will involve a pay cut to Cruise. And the second one is that Cruise is seeking a bigger salary, more in line with his earnings on Universal's upcoming reboot of The Mummy.
Yeah, I think which studios is this? Yeah, Paramount. They're taking a big loss this year because Ben-Hur bombed.
So he wants to take from Peter to pay Paul, basically.
Yeah, probably. So all these movies, Star Trek saw a big drop off. I'm sorry, I should say Star Trek. So that's why they're trying to have to take less.
They're like, basically, Tom, how do we tell you that you're not bringing in the crowd you used to? So you're going to take a cut.
Yeah, just get The Rock on here.
To be honest, though, I mean, it brings up a good point. Like, do we want to see another Mission Impossible? And do we care or think that Tom Cruise is going to do a good job in The Mummy? I actually like the old Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser. I don't see why they need to remake those.
Because The Rock's probably going to be on it.
Yeah,
he was the Scorpion King.
Scorpion King.
Yeah, I watched the beginning of that, and I was like, man, he's so good in it, but the rest of the movie stinks.
Beetlejuice musical is coming to Broadway for the 2018-2019 season.
That sounds interesting. I'd like to bring my son to see that.
Yeah, I like to bring my brand new daughter to see that.
I'm curious. I mean, I know that there definitely was some like singing in the movie itself, but I'm just trying to figure out how
Yeah.
they would make
A
the
ripe
musical part of it.
banana.
Oh, they could
Right.
totally make that movie into
Yeah.
like a musical. Now the question is Winona Ryder going to be in it?
No, she isn't.
as the mother.
How about Michael Keaton? Come on.
Yeah,
Hey,
that'd be perfect. I mean,
hats off to her. I thought she did a good job in Strange Things.
Yeah. Michael Keaton told a bunch of reporters that it doesn't look like Beetlejuice 2 is going to happen now. So that's why I think they're going the Broadway route.
Boo!
Boo!
Yeah, that Beetlejuice doesn't need to be messed with. Leave
Right.
the original alone. Let's
yeah, exactly.
let's do a Broadway play
Just
instead.
make a sequel with The Rock.
Jackass. All right, TV talk. I'll start off myself. I've been still just watching The Limitless, as I said last time. It's good, and I'm kind of sorry that there's only one season of it on Netflix right now.
I think I need to give this a shot because my wife was actually saying 2 nights ago that her brother was highly recommending it, and I knew that one of you two started watching it, but I couldn't remember who.
Yeah, not me, I tell you. I'm a little bit.
Is it good though? I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of it's got the TV cheese to it, of course, but no, it's decent.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm liking. There's the TV cheese. It's good if you can look past that, but yeah.
Well,
we probably talked about this. Have you seen the movie yet?
I haven't.
But I can't remember now.
Okay, so probably not.
Yeah, there's a good chance not, I guess. Yeah. All right. Pidge, what'd you watch? 'Cause I'm kind of jealous. I'm kidding.
Well, 2 days ago, my wife gave birth to our daughter,
yeah.
and Drew Norma, and they had a breastfeeding channel on, and there were some bombs. It wasn't just covering the boobies up; it was full on nipple play everywhere.
Whoa, did you learn anything?
I learned that different women have different sized boobies.
No, I mean, did you learn any new moves?
Some new techniques.
Yeah, I learned the gummy. I
Oh,
learned,
now you can take out those falsies and go to town.
yeah. No, there's not much on the hospital TV. I mean, I think we watched Friends, and then just whatever was on the Food Network channel.
No, you love the Food Network channel anyway.
Yeah, but it was all reruns and shows that we taped that we watched with our daughter. So it was whatever. But the breastfeeding channel was awesome.
You're like, babe, just leave this on when you fall asleep.
Yeah, she was watching it too. She's like, "Damn, that lady's got some bombs." Get damn right.
Calc, what'd you watch?
I finished up the Olympics. I'm sure as everybody else did. I did not watch the closing ceremonies
I
because
watched some of it.
didn't think the Olympics was that interesting this year for some reason.
I heard their closing ceremony was awesome.
Yeah, in the
was pretty
pouring rain.
Yeah, with Super Mario.
So I watched some of the Olympics, caught some of the NFL preseason games, and
I don't watch preseason games until the third week because that's when all the starters play a whole half.
yeah,
right.
And I caught up on some Food Network shows, just like Pigeon. We watched some Chopped, Kids Chopped, stuff like that.
Yeah. Does Evan like watching that?
Oh yeah, he's been itching to want to do some cooking, and we actually missed the chance to send him to a little cooking class this summer with his school. So we're gonna send him next year.
Oh, I know what to get him for his birthday.
His own set of knives.
Little stuff, nice set.
Television adaptation of The Lost Boys is in development at the CW.
Yes.
The potential series is planned to span 7 seasons, each featuring a different supporting cast and setting, with the only constant being its crew of vampires, aka the Lost Boys who never age. That's going to be difficult over 7 seasons.
That sounds really cool. One, I love the original. I mean,
the
What, the movie?
the movie was awesome.
Yeah.
That's a
Even
cool
with the
idea.
Kiefer.
That's a cool idea to
Yeah, it
have
is.
a changing background basically over the span of the show.
Now, it's going to be a changing background. Do you think it'll do location changes, or do you think it'll all take place in the same location?
Wow, that'd be really difficult.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I mean, it'd be cool to see. I mean, because vampires should have the ability to like travel around parts of the world and.
Well, that's kind of what they did in that whole Twilight series. Remember, they couldn't stay in one place too long because they got found out.
Yeah,
So
but
they'd move around to different locations.
but it would be cool to see them anchored to one location too, because you can develop a lot of story around that plot as well.
Sure, probably be a lot cheaper too.
I think it's funny that they already like writing it for 7 seasons.
Yeah, they better
Like-
hope the pilot's good.
Looks like a Netflix exclusive.
Oh, geez. So the series, being seasons, will tell a 70-year story, with each season covering the events of an entire decade, with the first season taking place in the 1960s in San Francisco.
So it's
it
going
does
to go
look
in
like
the
they're going to
future.
change. Yeah.
Yeah, 60s take place, first season 60s. Yeah, so they're going to go all the way into 2000.
Let's see, 1960, 70, and the 7 carry 3, 2030 maybe?
was thinking 2030. But they're saying at least in San Francisco, so it looks like there might be an opportunity for them to travel around.
And
Where's San
at the
Francisco?
end, they meet Corey Haim.
You shut your mouth. He's dead.
And it'll be the real Corey Haim. Oh, that's
Wait,
right. He's already.
Who's the other
Nice
one?
calc-
Corey Feldman. Yeah, Corey Haim's dead, dude.
I know he's dead.
What a pig. Too soon.
All
10
right,
years
Calc.
too soon.
Yay or nay on your beer?
It's a yay. It's really good. I highly recommend this.
You
If
love
you're,
your
I
farmhouses.
I do
anyway.
like farmhouses, but I highly recommend this farmhouse. It's from Boulevard Brewing.
We got to find a farmhouse that you don't like because Scotch and I found beers, our favorite beers that we don't like.
I thought I had one of our episodes where I had a farmhouse that wasn't that good.
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and listen to all 72 episodes.
What are you
Bitch.
pairing it with?
Oh, okay, that's right.
How about a nice pork chop?
Oh,
Pork chop with apple chutney.
okay. Pidge, yay or nay? You said yay.
Yeah, it's. I wish I had a gallon like you said, the big
Yeah.
bottle, like Hawaiian punt.
And myself with the Saranac Gen 4 Session IPA, I'm gonna say yay as well. This thing, it's pretty tasty. I mean, for being an IPA, it's not bitey at all, and it's got some nice like aftertaste going on. It's tasty.
Nice.
Yeah.
I definitely get it again.
That's your wife got that for you, right?
Yeah, when she went up to New York for the bachelorette party.
At the Finger Lakes.
That's right. Yeah, did a little wine tour and stuff, and picked up some local brew. But all right, let's get a refill, and we'll be back with Let's Talk Games.
For more from the Loaded Couch, check us out on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.
If you like me and would like to follow me on Twitter at Pigeon Pegleg and also on Twitch, Pigeon Pegleg. Pigeon Pegleg.
Hey, this is Scotchhound. If you want to hear more from me, you can check me out on Twitter at Scotchhound_LC or on Twitch at Scotchhound.
All right, we're back with Let's
Let's
Talk
talk
Games.
games.
There you go. You're getting lower.
Oh shit!
You're-
low.
Your balls will drop eventually.
keep forcing them. Calc, what are you drinking this round?
I'm continuing the tradition with the Tank House 7 Farmhouse Ale. I bought a 4-pack.
Am I supposed to have a testicle come out of my abdomen?
Pidge, how about yourself?
I switched it up. I went
Nice.
hardcore this time. The
Okay.
Tropicana Twister Lemonade
Mm,
from Bradenton, Florida. It's a yellow white, 0% alcohol.
I like how serious you're taking this. Myself, I'm drinking another Saranac, but this is the Kolsch. It's from Matt Brewing. And it's a German ale out of Utica, New York, with 5.2% alcohol. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not going to even say anything. But Calc, what'd you play this past week?
Ooh. So I did get Pigeon back into some Titanfall before the arrival of his daughter.
And Doom, too.
And Doom. Doom hopped on with us. Game is great. It's so much fun. Played a little Forza Horizons 2. Scotchy. I'm trying to get back into that because I know 3 is right around the corner. Played a little Halo 5 yesterday. Tried out Warzone. Didn't do the firefight, but just tried to brush up on my Halo skills.
How'd you do?
I actually did pretty good. I pretty much stayed at one base location and just tried to protect it and guard it. And actually did surprisingly well for not having played it. And coming from Titanfall to Halo, Halo 5 really is a good multiplayer game.
Yeah, it is.
And then again, back on the Titanfall talk, I got to play Titanfall 2, the tech demo, over the weekend. Got to give that a try. It's much different than Titanfall 1. I know we're gonna talk about it a little more later in the Microsoft or the multi games.
Multi-platform.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about it a little more there.
Dude, the freaking grapple hook, man. It's awesome. It's even faster than the first one.
Did they have a grapple hook in the first one?
No,
No.
nope.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but the movement speed and then including the grapple hook makes you can go across like the entire board with the grapple hook. It's awesome.
Pitch, what'd you play? Sounds like you played some Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I played a couple things before we went to the hospital. I played some Division with Kelk, FIFA with Kelk and Doom, Titanfall 1 with Doom and Kelk, and then the Titanfall 2 stress test. I played one game, and then it just like dropped me out. My like Xbox reset. So I was like, I don't feel like getting back into it. I have a feel for it. I don't want to overkill it because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get it.
Yeah,
Right.
we're gonna talk about it a little more, but real quick, what do you remember what you played? Did you play the bounty hunt or did you play the pilot versus pilot mode?
No, I played Hardpoint.
Okay. So yeah,
And
we'll talk.
We'll
talk some more later on.
I like that they pulled the PvP and turned it into pilot versus pilot.
Yeah. So
How myself, I played some GTA Online, Halo Master Chief, some Forza Horizons 2. I beat the game.
Nice.
And Minecraft on the computer.
So, are you getting back? Are you getting back into Forza?
Yeah, it was good. I wanted to get on and play some more. I had a good time, with the races and stuff that I completed. But I know there's a bunch of other side races, and I think they had some additional races that you can continue with after you finally do the last race, or what they say is the end game race. There's still additional content that you can race and stuff like that. So I wanted to get back and finish those two, and kind of get a little bit closer to that 100%.
I will say I'm very excited for the off-road portions of Forza Horizon 3. I mean, we have so much fun doing the off-road stuff in 2.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into 3 and have Pigeon in there with us.
To knock
Get
you
him to
around.
do a barrel roll.
Yeah, I think it's going to get a little crazy.
Can't wait
Anything
to
that
play it on my
involves Pigeon and racing and gets crazy.
Can't wait to Xbox One S plays it. I told my wife like
How'd that
6
go over?
hours. 6 hours after she gave birth.
I was going to say, did you squeeze that in as she was pushing? You're like, oh, by the way.
She was holding her baby. It was like 6 hours, and I was like,
She had this peaceful
baby's
look on her
sleeping.
face.
I did the typical commercial, like the baby's sleeping, so you can't get mad at me, right? She's like, what? I'm like, you'll be happy I sold my Xbox One. She's like, what did you do? You got something that you say is going to be better than the other one, isn't it? I'm like, yep, I did. And I sold my Xbox One. And then she just dropped it from there, but I know she's pretty pissed.
Nice. But hey, there's new babies, so got it. Happy times.
I just got to find the same TV in the 4K. Same size.
Same frame and everything.
Mhm.
Like, babe, does this look a little bit different? No, I don't know what
Something
you're
looks
talking about.
different on here. It's still an LG TV. It's flat screen. It's the same.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't tell. It's
boy.
not getting hot though. That changed. I installed an AC unit in the back of it. Sony news. Several No Man's Skies players on the PS4 request refunds from Sony due to crashes, misleading marketing, and claims that the game gave them motion sickness.
Oh my gosh.
Boo-hoo.
This game has been getting so much bad publicity.
According to Calc, the refund policy detailed on the PlayStation's website, players can request a refund within 14 days of purchase, and if they haven't started downloading or streaming the game. What? Downloading?
Yeah, I guess for digital copy.
Oh,
So,
you buy the hard copy and get the digital with it.
so they're saying no. So they're saying if you've purchased the game or pre-ordered, but you didn't enact the download yet, you can get your money back.
Games that players have begun downloading or streaming can only be refunded if the content is faulty, which these PS4 players will argue is the case.
Well, yeah, that falls under the misleading marketing.
Right.
I had a feeling this game was gonna not get off to a hot start. They pretty much promised the sky and delivered somewhere in the middle.
Dude, my buddy got this game, and this is what he said.
Okay.
I asked him if he got No Man's Sky. He says, I did. It's awesome. It's such a massive game, but it doesn't feel overwhelming because there aren't really missions. It's just explore and go where you want. And it's a very different game than that he ever played.
Yeah, but see, Scotchy and I had a conversation about that. Like, I like that part of it. I like a simple version that allows you to go anywhere and do anything, but it doesn't allow you to do anything in the aspect of what are you going to do? Search a planet and scan rocks and look at animals? I mean, that's going to get boring after the 20 or 30 hours, like I said. I mean, you need something that's along the lines of Minecraft. You need to be able to build or explore in manners that every new planet is new and refreshing.
Well, that was the because I was watching Spamfish stream it on Twitch, and he was when he was playing, I guess he was like 8 or 10 hours in, and he said that it's already kind of boring because he knows he can go to any planet and just get the same exact resources.
Yep.
On every single planet. He's like, maybe if there was like an option where you couldn't get these resources in this area of the universe or something, and you had to travel somewhere else, it made it a little bit more, okay, I can't get the fuel from my ships.
I thought
so
every
I have to
planet
worry
had
about
different resources.
They might have different
it does,
varieties,
but it needs diamonds. Do you know what I mean? Like in Minecraft, do you know how excited we get when we find diamonds?
Yeah.
Or our kids.
Yeah, or our kids. But that's what No Man's Sky needs. It needs a planet that offers diamonds. And
I get excited for stairs.
And they got to be very far and few. And on top of that, I think you need to be able to build bases and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I called it. I think it probably is a really fun and nice game, but it doesn't have the longevity.
No Man's Sky 2 will be better.
PlayStation Plus gets a $10 bump, and that's per year price hike starting September 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the first hike since its launch in 2010.
I think.
Scotty, did you ever get your PS Plus renewed?
No, I should probably do it before September 22nd.
Gosh, dude, you missed out on some good games. From a couple months ago.
Yeah, but this is inevitable, right? You would think they have to up the price.
Yeah.
Well, what additional
matching,
content are they giving us?
Nothing.
Well, nothing. I mean, they're on par now with Microsoft, right?
Yeah, Microsoft was $60 a year.
But every time that Microsoft did a little bump, they said, okay, we're doing a bump, but we're offering a little bit more.
Yeah, what did they offer?
Games of Gold.
They were doing this before Games with Gold for a lesser price.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Maybe they're increasing the servers.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, they have to be offering something for that $10 bump, not just saying, sorry, guys, yeah, we're just, cost of living price hike, $10 a year.
Those data centers get expensive.
And hot.
Yeah, that's why they all locate them in the desert. Sony has announced the DualShock 4 USB wireless adapter, allowing plug and play. Actually, sorry, just to go back to that, are they starting to do them underwater now too, Kelk?
Yeah, Microsoft has been
is.
experimenting. Yeah.
Why? They have the cloud.
Mm.
Oh, the cloud's not enough. They need to go underwater now.
Isn't it in the air?
They have floating servers or flying servers. Sorry. Okay, back to that. Sony has announced a DualShock 4 USB wireless adapter, allowing plug-and-play use of your PS4 controller on a PC or Mac without having to juggle with cables or third-party drivers. The adapter launches early September for $25. Once connected, the adapter can enable every feature of the DualShock 4, including the controller's unique touchpad, light bar, and motion sensor for any games that support those functions.
Yeah, you need that light bar.
Yeah. That's a vital component of that controller.
I think this is funny because the PS4 controller is already Bluetooth.
Yes. Why would you need the adapter? Why not just use the Bluetooth that's already in most of the computers?
Yeah, that's a good point. Why not just have a driver for the PC?
Because I think they do have a driver, but it's kind of like sketchy.
Okay.
So I think this is just going to take. It's just essentially like a driver you could download, but it's $25. But what's weird about this? Well, not weird about this. Microsoft did this too.
They did do this event. Their original port for the PC was a driver bar just like this, but now I think their new controllers being Bluetooth, you don't need this.
Yeah,
that's what I noticed that a lot of people still just use wire though.
I think a lot of people use the 360 controller still.
Yes, yeah.
Now you guys both have the PS4, and I know you don't play with the PS4 as much, but I mean, do you guys really like the controller, or do you think the Xbox One is that much more superior, especially with the Elite controller now?
I think the Elite controller is, but I do like the PS4 controller.
I like that I've had the PS4 controller. Granted, I don't use it as much, but I haven't had to worry about it breaking or getting the thumbstick drift.
Okay, so
Yeah, I never had that problem, but the build quality is so much better,
okay, okay.
except for the Elite controller. That's top. That's top
Yeah.
of the line.
Again,
And
the
then
only thing I hate about the Elite controller is that it broke all of my headsets.
The one thing
Shit.
the one time I did use the DualShock, like I always felt like my thumbs were a little bit more cramped or forced into a position that I didn't feel comfortable with.
yeah, because you have the hands the size of LeBron James, right?
See, now I'd asked or I'd said that myself, and I read somewhere that it's a further reach for your thumbs,
Okay.
Right.
and they said that they did that purposefully so that your hands had to stretch instead of being tight
Getting
together
cramped.
and cramped.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So they wanted you to have to reach for the thumbsticks to like pull your hands or stretch them out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
and
I do like the staggered on the Xbox One controllers. But as far as the light bar and the touchpad, they could have put a camera in that instead.
Well, yeah, I like the light bar being at the end, just because the Xbox controllers, when you're playing in the dark, they do get kind of light
Mhm.
or bright in your face. But the one thing that I'll agree with you, the touchpad doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I barely
But
use
also,
it.
I've heard a lot of PS4 players that are like, oh, you know what? I got to say, GTA 5 on the PlayStation is so much better than the Xbox because the controller, when the cops are chasing you, you hear the cop noise in the controller, like the wow wow coming through the little speaker.
Yeah, didn't the Wii do that? The Wii controllers had the
Yeah,
noise
but I'm
too?
like, that doesn't. I don't know if that would make or break buying the game
No.
or the console for me.
Hey, I mean, I've said it before, and I don't mean to always hate on the PlayStation.
Yes, you do, you liar.
If Sony would love to give me one to actually play some of these PlayStation games, I'd like to try out some of the stuff.
You can borrow mine.
I mean, I want to play Uncharted. I want to play the God of Wars. I want to play Last of Us. I mean, I'm excited for Horizons. Zero Dawn. It's just I don't have one, so I can't really vouch for the PlayStation stuff.
Right, and you're not getting one anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna spend the money on it. I've just got. I don't have enough time right now to invest into all the backlog of Microsoft stuff I have.
Right.
Maybe if they came out with a slimmer console.
Speaking of, PS4 Slim reportedly leaked. I think it was by our own Pigeon Pegley just now.
How much is it? Do we know?
No,
What would make you buy it?
yeah, I would.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a $299 PS4, I would love to get. I just financially can't justify it because of the time. I mean, if the show gets bigger and bigger, and we're kind of forced into the avenue of having to try these out, if people start sending us review copies and things like that, I'd be more than happy to give PlayStation a shot.
Yeah, my wife asked me. She's like, "Why do you got a PS4?" And simply put, is the exclusive that's on the console. Like you said, Uncharted, the God of Wars, the what's the one that's from The Last of Us? Like those games, I want to play.
Yep.
All my other games, except for Far Cry, because that came with the game, but except for Far Cry, is everything else is on Xbox One because I play multiplayer with you guys.
Yeah, and some
Right.
of their little ones too. What is that one game, like what is it? Alienation and Helldivers, stuff like that. I like also. I like those thumbstick shooters and the
Helldivers sucked.
but I mean those are games I would like to give a shot too. So that's why I was saying if we can get review copies of that type of stuff, I would be more than happy to give it a shot.
Well, the seller has, an online auction currently has a redesigned, slimmer model of the console listed for sale. The seller has several images of the boxed console, including in its listing, and provided by Polygon, with unboxed photos of the hardware, which features a thinner design and rounded edges.
It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it
I mean,
still has that eraser slanted angle on it.
Yeah, the old pink
Yeah, like
eraser.
how like if you think about it, how much slimmer could have gotten because there was no power supply except for just that one.
I was going to say
Back.
the PS4 was pretty small in comparison
Yeah.
to Xbox One, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this has got to have some kind of jump in, loading speed.
I was going to say width and depth I thought were very similar to Xbox. It was just height that was a lot shorter.
How's the fan? Do you guys notice?
It's loud. It's not real loud, but you can hear it, and
Not
it
like
does
old
get
360 loud.
I was going to say that thing was like a helicopter.
airport loud.
Yeah.
No, but if you installed your games, it didn't run that loud.
Mm.
on the 360. But this, it does get hot. It gets real hot.
Okay.
Microsoft news: Gears of 4 Wars hype and story twists.
Mm.
Predictions of the storyline, guys?
Yeah,
think
I got one. I was telling Pigeon the
Yeah,
one
we were
night.
talking about this. I
Alright.
just added this in there. I just want to see what your opinion is, Scott.
Come on, bring it.
Go ahead, Kelk.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, go.
I mean, plot. Plot. Not really a plot twist or any kind of
Yes.
spoiler. I think Marcus Phoenix dies at the end of Gears 4.
Nope. I think his son dies at the end, and you take over as Marcus Venus for Gears 5.
So kind of like the whole Kratos in the God of War, how he's like shows up with the long gray-haired beard.
Mm-hmm.
You think that they actually will off Phoenix's son, JD,
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on.
and then you play as like a pissed off Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah,
That would be a
Yep.
cool twist, but I think it's going to be the other way. I think
it's
it's
gonna happen.
going to be the predictable Marcus gives his life to save his kid.
What do
You
you
don't
think,
think-
Scotch? Who's gonna be right, me or stupid?
I think. See, I think it's the other way. Well, I don't think it's completely the
You
other
think
way
they're
around. I think
both gonna
Zombie
die?
Dom comes back. Yeah.
You
And
actually
both
can
of them.
pre-order the game and get Zombie
Yeah,
Dom.
did you see the zombie Dom?
I haven't
didn't
seen it
see
yet. I've been looking for it.
Yeah, there's a picture of it with like
Oh, jeez.
I think 2 of the weapons are like gold plated. There's a different skin, and then something to do with zombie Dom.
See, I was thinking Zombie Dom comes back and bites both of them, and they all become zombies, and they just kind of go into that type of storyline.
I love it.
All right, Capybara Games Below, which was last set to release this summer, has been delayed once again without a new release window or date announced.
What comes out first, Below or Cuphead?
Oh my gosh.
Cuphead.
I put this in the notes because I was waiting for someone to bring up Cuphead. This is terrible. I mean, although the more I look at this game, it's more of a game like, man, this would be a good game to get for the loaded couch.
It would be. I was just thinking that as well. This is one I think that we all need to experience, so we should definitely, make this part of a group buy. It looks a lot like the old Zelda. I mean, it's got that top-down dungeon exploration, except this one has
Procedurally generated, and it's like fail safe. Like if you die, you're done.
Yeah, it's got like a little bit of like Diablo 3 hardcore mode sprinkled into it. Like I think there's some RPG elements to it. But yeah, it's got the permadeath also, right?
Yeah.
It's
I
not
think
top down though,
I-
is it?
It's
It's
I
like
thought it was
ice.
like a side scroller isometric.
No, it's kind of like it's more like it's between top down and isometric. It's kind of like at a higher angle.
now
Right, but
do
really
you
pulled away.
Yeah, very far away. Your character's super small.
Yeah, he's like
I don't
really
like.
tiny, which yeah, exactly. I don't know how that's going to play. I mean, it might play okay on the bigger TV, but every video I've watched, you have to squint to basically see your
Oh
see
my
your
gosh,
guy.
maybe they're delaying it for VR, for HoloLens.
Yeah. Are you guys okay with the delaying of games to make sure that they're absolutely 100% worth the money that you would, pay for them? Or
I am, but don't
I'm
give
with you
hard
with-
dates.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm with you on that. With the I am okay with it, but you never see this with like Nintendo
Yeah,
because they never come out and say, okay, this
Well-
is the
well,
actual date.
Zelda.
And they do.
Zelda's been delayed 2 years.
do you also think this is a
Mm.
case of PR getting in the way of actually
kind of said that before, right?
Yeah, actually producing quality product. Like, basically Microsoft, 2 years ago now at E3 was like, all right, we need a sizzle reel. We need to show stuff to hype people up. So we're going to show Cuphead and we're going to show Below. But these games were like nowhere near ready. Even Inside, just came out.
Well, I'm assuming more along the lines with these because they're not exactly the large, money holding companies. They kind of do smaller reveals
Yeah.
at game show or like cons and stuff and conventions.
But I think that on top of that, I think it is that. But I think Microsoft also has stepped in on all these to say, hey, this is exclusive to our console. We're not going to okay and approve it to come out with what you have. Let us help out, and we'll add more to it, because that's what they did with Cuphead. Supposedly, Cuphead was just like a boss fight type of game. And they added the whole platforming, the whole Super Mario's choose your path and your levels. They redid the entire sound for the game, I read. So, I mean, they're putting some big money. That's what has me scared about Sea of Thieves. I'm afraid Sea of Thieves was shown way too early, just like they did with Crackdown. And now we're going to be waiting. I don't think Sea of Thieves is going to hit a early 2017. I think it's
Right.
going to be summer or fall.
My prediction is Cuphead's first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, that's what I said too, right?
Yeah, games were
I think
cool.
that's what I said. Yeah,
James.
right to it. Microsoft is getting into the streaming game with the purchase of Beam. The platform not only allows people to share their gameplay, but is built for interactivity.
Yeah, this was a couple weeks old, but because Kelk wasn't on the show last week, I wanted to get his opinion on what he thinks about it.
Right now, just real quick, Kelk, before you jump in, Rare's upcoming Sea of Thieves will feature the ability to jump between multiple players and crews from the same stream.
Okay, so you have the ability as while you watch the stream, you can also choose the player that you're watching.
Say this is, I guess this is going to be integrated with Xbox soon.
Yeah, well, the cool thing about Beam that makes it a little different than Twitch. So, two things. One, it has almost zero latency. So,
yeah, for chat too. That's great.
Their chat and the streaming ability is like literally something like a half a second delay.
And it was started up by an 18-year-old.
Yeah. Did you see the interview with this kid? He's got to be sitting on some bank now.
Hopefully he didn't get screwed over.
Yeah, there's zero latency, which is really exciting for multiple reasons. But supposedly, Beam has an API software that can be coded and implemented into these games that are coming out. So I guess like Sea of Thieves would implement this API. And that allows this multiple switching and interaction within the game. So the easiest way I can explain it too, I was saying to Pigeon the one day was, say you're playing Crackdown and you got a bunch of people watching your stream and it's multiplayer. You could actually have one of your mods or one of your off-screen, supporters give a poll like, what should Scotch do? Or how should we affect Scotch's environment? And you could literally have people vote in real time to destroy a building or destroy a bridge, and it would like alter the path that you'd have to take.
See, now that's more of the lines where I thought this was going, but Pigeon's idea, I have a question about with it. You can switch between the different characters like on the ship in Sea of Thieves to see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have to be on Beam themselves to be able to do that?
Or do we all have to be streaming on Beam? Yeah. Or is it if I'm streaming and you guys are just in my party, can they go to you?
That's interesting because that's almost like the party chat during streaming. You'd have to almost give permission for somebody to switch and view what you're doing.
Right.
That's got to be difficult.
Like basically a privacy setting. Like if
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, if you're not streaming, would you want somebody to switch and hop and view what you're doing?
Well, I think if you're in the game, there's the option where they could technically do this because it's all happening in that world on that server anyway.
Yeah.
But like you said, with the permission of it, maybe there's the permissions. But my other thing is with what you were saying, with having people be able to, isn't that kind of like the interactivity with Twitter and what's that soccer game? The
FIFA?
No, the one that we played, it was like the oh my god, it's that old 8-bit look with the little tiny characters. You can be the breakfast with the bacon and the eggs.
iDarb.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of interaction too, where you could use Twitter to change somebody's game?
Yeah, I guess that's
it is.
like that.
I mean, iDarb, I'm sure, had quite the latency, but this Beam is supposed to be like instant. You could literally have a poll and do choice A, B, C, or D, and people would vote in real time, and they could alter the gameplay.
Right.
So there's still some unknowns that we don't know about.
But I think it's a big smart investment over just buying Twitch, something like that.
Yeah. So Microsoft can kind of mold it to their system.
Sure.
Instead of having, like Amazon bought Twitch and because it's just already there.
Yes.
They don't have to do much to it. So Microsoft can kind of teach its way to the Xbox consoles.
Yep.
All right, games with gold for the Xbox One. We're gonna have Earthlock. It's the Festival of Magic, and Assassin's Creed Chronicles.
I'm actually glad you put this in the notes. So, Pigeon, have you looked at Earthlock Festival of Magic?
It's turn-based. I don't like it.
It's identical to Final Fantasy. So I was curious if you had
Wait,
any
no.
any
Oh,
interest.
what? Older Final Fantasies, right?
Yes, it's turn-based, just like Child of Light, stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm not interested.
Okay.
For the Xbox 360, it's going to be Mirror's Edge and Forza Horizon.
You gonna give Horizons a shot? It doesn't have any off-roading, I think, in the first
I'd rather
one.
play the Fast and Furious than the older ones.
Okay,
Maybe this will be my backwards compact game.
there you go.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nintendo news: NX rumors again. NX will be called the Nintendo Focus
Ooh.
and will be revealed September 21st for a March 10th, 2017 release date.
So last week when I was editing the show for you guys, I heard you talking about the NX stuff. So the rumor is that the handheld controller has the camera on the backside, right?
Yes.
So they're really going to push this augmented reality with the controller. So
And kind of Pokemon was the intro to that, even though it's not the same company. I know, Pitch.
yeah, but you're exactly right. That's the first thing I thought of. So how they tried to push Pokemon Go on the cell phones where you can hold it up and have the augmented reality.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're going to be doing with this controller too.
Right. That's my thought. It will launch with 5 flagship games that include Super Smash Bros. For Focus, which I'm not sure what that is. Super Smash Bros. Melee HD.
Okay.
Pokemon Gold and Silver for Virtual Console. F-Zero 2, or is that
Squared, maybe squared.
and The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Sorry.
I'm okay. So I'm not a Nintendo fanboy, but I'm really excited for Zelda. Everything I've seen, I really want to get Zelda. The Super Smash Brothers. I'd like to give the Pokemon a shot.
Yeah, I never got into the Pokemon. I don't know why. I couldn't.
Did you see the Pokemon fighting game for the Wii U? It's kind of like Tekken.
No.
My son downloaded the demo. It's actually really cool. It's like a Pokemon arena, like fighter.
Sure.
It's pretty cool. If you get
Pokken tournament.
yeah, if you get a chance,
Oh, okay.
if you get a chance, check it out. My son has been sitting behind me the last couple of days while I work from home, and he downloaded the Star Fox demo.
Right.
He's loving it. He's been begging me to buy
Yeah.
Star Fox.
And that's the one where you can transition between the chicken,
walker. Yeah.
the chicken walker, the
Yeah,
tank.
I turned around and saw him
Ship.
like flying a ship, and it has like the silhouette of the fox with his ears, like in the
Right.
in the HUD. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of waiting to talk to you guys about it and see if you know anything on it. But I told him, I'm like, I'm not gonna be dropping $60 on a Star Fox game, especially because I'm really nervous now too. You guys said like the Wii U games aren't gonna work with this this new NX.
NX.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm curious if the NX games will work with the Wii U.
I don't think so. Isn't it funny too how everything comes kind of full circle where this next generation coming now, you have Nintendo is saying, "Yeah, we're sorry, but your back catalog's not going to work. And we're going to go forward with a new product." And then you have Microsoft and even Sony, I think, are both saying, "Hey, we're going to release these new consoles, but your controllers and your old games are still going to work on the new console."
Right.
When it was always Nintendo. Like, what was it? It's like GameCube and N64. Like,
Yeah, that you could use an original Wii.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy, Nintendo.
It is
just...
kind of a strange twist.
Yes, it is.
All right, the Smash for Focus will allegedly include all 3DS and Wii U content, as well as Wolf, Pichu, Ice Climbers, and Shovel Knight characters.
Okay.
The F-Zero sequel is supposedly being helmed by Retro Studios. In addition to those titles, there are 5 others that were mentioned as launch window games for NX. These are Super Mario Focus, Animal Crossing Election Year, Pikmin 4, it's a port of Pokemon Sun and Moon, and a new IP called Pillow?
Yeah, Pillow?
Pilio?
Pilio, maybe.
From Good Feel. They made the Yoshi Woolly World.
Okay. That's exciting.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm wondering the Pilio.
Yeah,
going to be releasing a new character as well.
I don't know. I'm scared.
Merited.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of big investment needed on this new NX. I think they're going to have great IP. They always have great IP. But are you ready to drop another $400 or $500 into a new Nintendo console, a new Nintendo game? I mean, you're always going to want that core 5 or 6 games. So yeah,
Well, like I said, I'm already kind of disappointed with the fact that it's not going to have some playability with the Wii U. Because I mean, we bought the Wii, we bought the Wii U, and I like the fact that I could bring all that stuff over and play them. I'm going to be kind of disappointed that I'm not going to be able to do that with the new NX.
yeah,
And that might make me
you may
hesitate for a few
I was
years.
gonna say you might be hesitating like I did with the Wii U, and
Yeah,
you may be a full-time 3DS only player.
right. Mm. Multi-platform news: Titanfall 2 pre-order sales are abysmal.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more. There's an update I put in here in the notes too. You can,
The total number
yeah, go ahead.
accumulated for 12 weeks from launch was 255,000 across all platforms.
I think this goes with a lot of people though. Hopefully, are getting smarter at shopping. I mean, there's a lot of take No Man's Sky. We talked about that earlier.
Sure.
I think people are just hesitant. I mean, even you, me, and Pigeon, we've said we want Horizons 3, but I think we're going to all hold off on it at first.
Right. And that's the thing. I think people were waiting to see what the demo play like that you guys were to get the feedback for that.
Yeah, and I put a note in here. I put an update. They Respawn released a statement today, I guess, on their blog. And basically their multiplayer manager and developer had a bunch of bullet points and comments. They did listen to a lot of the feedback on Titanfall 2. And I was kind of letting Pigeon get his input earlier on in the show.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of the opposite, and even I agree. I thought it played a lot slower than the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now that said, the grapple hook is awesome. I love the grapple. I think the grapple used the right way, you can slingshot yourself very fast. But what a lot of people noticed was you couldn't link your wall running to gather speed like the first one. The map was too spread open, so there was none of that verticality and
I'll agree with that.
and chaos. A lot of people felt the game was adjusted and tuned to play a lot like Call of Duty and not so much like Titanfall.
Ooh.
They gave it a lot of insults because the Titans themselves felt weaker. They didn't all come with the standard shield. The rodeo kills were no longer rodeo kills. You have to remove the battery pack to take the energy away. There was basically the feedback was really brutal on this, and they listened to a lot of it. So with each bullet point, they gave a developer comment back, and they said right away out of the gate, they're going to increase the air speed and the wall speed. They also found an issue where you couldn't link the wall running to get faster speed. So they pretty much came right out and said they saw the feedback and said they're going to speed the game up. So that's a good thing. Yeah,
I'm still kind of nervous about the verticality or the vertical option of play.
Their statement was don't be swayed by the one map that they released. They said there's a lot of maps that are coming that they didn't show yet that are traditional Titanfall maps.
I was gonna say because that was huge on some boards where if you just had that higher ground.
Oh, it
made it more of a challenge to get up and take that person down, and that's kind of fun to me for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just trying to. It's like almost like a puzzle.
Yeah, my favorite maps were the city maps, the real tight like buildings everywhere. The map that they gave in the tech demo, the one map was literally like a wide open field with a couple buildings and a couple trees, and it was very expansive.
Okay.
So it was hard.
Battlefield-esque?
Yes, Battlefield-esque. It was hard to get a lot of wall running going. You had to pretty much use your grapple hook to catch buildings and slingshot yourself.
Now, Pidge, with the grapple hook talk, does that remind you of your fave or the gameplay of it? Did he leave again?
We may have lost.
Okay.
All right. What game were you referring to?
I can't think of it now. They just came out with it again. It's the one where you can fly around with the wingsuit and use the grapple hook to go everywhere, and you just blow stuff up the whole time.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know.
Pidge plays the crap out of everything.
Just Cause.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's
I was
pretty
wondering
cool.
if they kind of had that feel to it.
It doesn't.
Did you play Just Cause at all?
I didn't, but it doesn't go as far as I think he was saying. Like you have to be probably a good 50 yards away from something.
Sure.
But you hold the left bumper and it shoots it, and you hold the left bumper. And there's a little bit of lag in the beginning, kind of like the gear system's winding up, and then it pulls you fast. And when it pulls you fast, at the end of it, you can release the bumper and hit the double jump button, and it will fly and catapult you even further.
Okay. That does kind of have that Just Cause feel where you can use it as a big Speed
My
boost.
positive to it was I thought the weapons felt really good. Like
Okay.
like I said, maybe it felt very Call of Duty-ish to people, but maybe
Yep.
it was just the weapons that they were letting you use. But I thought the weapons felt really good. It just felt very slow to me.
Mm. Okay. Uh, every multiplayer map in Battlefield 1 features dynamic weather. This includes subtle things like the sun emerging from the clouds, which might be a nice look, nice to look at, but doesn't change gameplay all that much. I don't know if I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, you got your typical sun glare.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I mean, if you're hiding, you're like, oh, nice and shady here, and then all of a sudden you go to take a shot, and the sun pops out behind
Well,
the clouds and
not even
blinds.
that. You do the airplane fighting. You know, the Red Baron. You lose somebody up in the sun.
Oh, true. Yep.
You know, that could be yeah. I'm always for dynamic weather. I think it's a
Mm.
great thing.
On the other end, there will be a major weather system changes such as fog. When the fog is dense enough, a map that normally has long sight lines might morph into a close quarters arena since players can't see as well. Excuse me. The weather effects come and go, Dice said, so you won't have to face the conditions all the time.
I think again that's another good thing because
Yeah, why not?
I know some people that aren't big fans of Battlefield. Like you know, you and I love Battlefield, but I know some of the called. I think Pigeon wasn't a real big fan of it because
It was too big
it
for him.
felt too big and too expansive. But yeah, this is cool. I mean, because then you pretty much get some fog to roll in, and you can do away with all those people that just camp and snipe. And
Sure.
and now you have that close quarter combat.
It makes you more well-rounded, I think, in the
Now that we just literally talked about two of the first person shooter games that
right.
we've always been, you know, thinking about coming up this fall. I think I'm really excited to play Battlefield 1 more so than I am Titanfall 2 right now.
Is that because you've played Titanfall 2?
It could be because I did play it, but I was kind of on the fence with that thought before even playing Titanfall.
Mhm.
I think I was ready to get back into a World War I/World War II type of FPS game, and I always did
Okay.
love Battlefield 3 when we played.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that Titanfall 2 is going to have its little hiccups out of the gate, I'd be very comfortable with saying let's wait on Titanfall 2, maybe till around Christmas time. And I know Pigeon was saying earlier, he's like, "Oh, we'll just wait for Battlefield 1 to come out on EA Access." That's the type of game I don't see myself waiting over a year for that to come out for free.
Mm.
I think that's the one Battlefield game I do want to get back into.
Okay. All right. I can see that. Gamescom 2016 awards. Best add-on/DLC was Destiny: Rise of Iron.
Okay.
Best preview/vision was Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm excited. I would love to give this one a shot.
Best console game Sony PlayStation 4 was For Honor.
I still think it's a Rise ripoff.
Best console game Microsoft Xbox One was Sea of Thieves.
Yep, I could see that.
Best console game Nintendo Wii U, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yep, has me hype.
Best role-playing game, Final Fantasy XV 15.
Pigeon's favorite.
Yeah. Best racing game, Forza Horizons 3, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Best action game, Battlefield 1. And best sports game, Steep.
Steep is that that like snowboard extreming one, right? Do you
Yeah.
remember that one?
Yep.
That
looked really good.
That's the one I think too. Unfortunately, that girl die filming the commercial for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Best social and online game, Gwent, the Witcher card game.
So let me cut in here. Do you have any desire to give this a shot? And would Whiskers give this a shot too?
I can show her in game and see what she thinks and get back to you about it.
Because I know it doesn't have the big name like Game of Thrones.
That's what I was kind of a little bit worried about, just because I know like the attachment she has with Game of Thrones as to why that was so appealing.
But I think I don't know. The Witcher has such a rich history though to it too.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen, I think this might be a digital card game that she likes.
Okay.
So yeah, show her some video. I'd be curious to see if she was interested in that.
The best multiplayer game, Sea of Thieves. Best hardware, PlayStation VR. Indie Award was Little Nightmares. Consumer Award was Battlefield 1. And Best of Gamescom was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I'm interested having heard all this because I think this reinforces my Battlefield 1 thought.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, now that I see that as well, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
intrigued.
just gonna have to persuade the other guys, maybe one or two of them, to get it.
I think that we'll have no problem so much with Doom as the other two.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your beer. You're still yay?
Yeah, still yeah.
All right. This German ale, the Kolsch, is it's tasty, and I'll definitely give that a yay as well. So let's get another beer though, and we'll be back with the Brown Breeze.
Swingers Golf Clubs, the club that adds a little extra company to your golf bag. Some clubs available are the Stranger, the Snatch Hooker, the Tight Grip, the Steel Shaft. With Swingers Golf Clubs, you'll be ready to whip your balls into the next closest hole.
All right, we're back with the Brown Breeze section of the show. I think it might just be the two of us. Pigeon Pegley might stop in when he has a chance. But Galtic, you still doing your farmhouse?
Yeah, I'm rounding out the night with the farmhouse ale.
Okay. I changed up to the my local Weiss Saranac again, by the Matt Brune Company. It's a German wheat ale out of Utica, New York, 5.2% alcohol, which is funny that their other German was 5.2 as well.
So I don't know if I missed this earlier in the night. Did Whiskers get you a like a mix pack, or did she just go in and like build her own pack? Because you've got quite the nice variety there.
It was just these three that she brought home. I don't know if they had to pick your own or if she had the other three while she was there.
Okay.
For the party and stuff, but she just brought these 3 bottles home.
So what is Saranac right up there, like up in Finger Lakes by where she was?
Yeah, I think Utica is pretty close up in that area.
Okay. Yeah, it is. I mean, I went up to Finger Lakes and remember Utica, so.
Right. Yeah. I don't. She said she just went to the bar, not the bar, but the liquor store that was closest.
The store. Okay.
Yeah, and they had the Saranac available. So she's like, I hadn't seen you drink those, so I figured I'd get them for you.
Okay.
It worked out. Yeah. And the diarrhea of the mouth, the Easy Feed from Gosh, the automatic pet feeder that integrates with Amazon to automatically order more food when you're running low.
Good God.
The Easy Feed is an automatic food and water dispenser that not only lets you ensure that your cat's and dog is always properly nourished, but also lets you video chat with your furry friend when you're not at home.
They should make this thing into like a little robot that holds your food of your little dish of food for your animal and has like a little
follows it around,
a little like display screen on the face so that your face comes up on there when you call in a remote.
It's your pet's personal butler. That's awesome. Easy Feed also makes pet training a bit easier, as the microphone embedded in the automatic feeder lets you practice commands. If they abide by your demands, you can have the snack dispenser reward your pet with a treat.
Now, I'm curious as to what this thing looks like because I know myself personally, my pit bull hates our vacuum cleaner. And if it's upright in any way like that, and like you're sitting there giving commands, my dog would probably rip this thing to pieces.
You'd be like, "Can I get the diamond plated version of this?"
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. I wonder how much it costs too.
I'm gonna assume it's like 150.
Wow. So it's
got a Wi-Fi built in with a camera and a microphone, and I guess it's just a camera and microphone for you. They're not going to give them, or they're not going to give the cats a screen, right? Or the dogs.
No. So this is like the Amazon Echo built into your dog food or cat food bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Artificial intelligence.
But it also knows when it gets low enough to reorder.
Yeah, it's... Oof.
Todd Van Luling?
Yeah, Luling looks right.
Went on a search for the actress who originally played Carmen Sandiego on the PBS television show Wherein Time Is Carmen Sandiego.
Stalker.
According to Luling, although Sandiego herself was the titular character.
Titular? Is that on Pigeon's breastfeeding show?
The actress who played Carmen Sandiego was never given a named credit for the role.
Ooh.
Since Sandiego has always appeared with a partially covered face to remain mysterious, it made it even more difficult to identify which actress brought the video game character to life. Van Luling's hunt took him all over the internet. Wow, he must have traveled a long distance for that. Where he discovered that it was believed that actress Janine LaManna played her.
I mean, this sounds very creepy. Like, if you're Janine, do you really want this guy tracking you down? Like, what's the purpose of the track down?
Just to know, since she never got a named credit.
So he just wants to bring her into the spotlight for due credit.
Right. Maybe. Or maybe he was attracted to her back in the day and the mysterious, nature of her character and wanted to know, what she look like because I masturbated to her a few times.
She looks like that chick from Star Trek. What was her name? Deanna Troy or something like that?
See, I was thinking it was the woman from Big.
Oh, okay.
Like
the one with the
bottom
reddish,
face.
the reddish curly hair that he fell in love with.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of that going on.
But just with a big black wig. Kind of looks like the wig from Hook.
She's got some big
Hook.
pearl earrings too.
Yeah, weighing down the earlobes.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the poop? Oh my god.
Poopocalypse.
Yeah, exactly. I'll let you just go with that one. The poopocalypse. Okay. A man's Roomba did more smearing than sucking when his pup pooped right before its scheduled 1:30 a.m.
Oh
cleaning.
my god.
So Jesse woke up to a smelly surprise, and even worse, a living room loaded with his dog's Mondo Dookie.
Oh, this should go. So let me cut in here. Amazon should invent their own Roomba, kind of like their pet feeding bowl, that senses when there's shit on the floor to not continue cleaning.
Or anything that kind of like smears. Oh man! And it looks like the guy drew a nice sketch for how the poop was smeared around the room.
Yeah, he did like a little self diagram of you are here, except he's got little poop annotations everywhere.
I like that he color coded the marker to show the poop smear line.
Yeah,
being brown.
He had to use a brown marker to illustrate that.
Oh god. Okay. Questions from listeners. Our first question comes from OJ Glazer. Have seen anybody that looks exactly like you? Or are you 155% one of a kind?
I think this is, have we seen anybody that looks exactly like us?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We've seen two of our famed kelk.
Yeah.
Granted, both of them were a lot heavier.
Yeah. For some reason, the clone sightings of myself seem to be the additional 200-pound versions. I'm a pretty big husky guy myself, but
right.
I think we've seen one at close to over 300 and plus pounds, and I think the boardwalk character was rather heavy himself too.
Yes, he did appear that, and I think Pidge would have to say that his lookalike would be Tom Cruise. Per your son's saying so?
Well, I think Pigeon has two now. He's got the Tom Cruise lookalike, and he has the Jim Carrey from Ace Ventura with the horns.
In the Eiffel Tower picture?
Yes.
Nice. Myself, the only my parents have a picture in their basement but it's like my great grandfather or my great grandfather.
Okay.
Whatever. And they, along with my wife, swear that it looks just like me. But again, it's a relative, so
that's really cool. Like I don't know if you know much about like my side of my family history, but recently my father just found his mother's brother. So my dad just found his uncle. Okay. And my grandmother was kind of orphaned when she was younger. Mm-hmm. So my dad never really knew any history on my grandmother's side.
Okay.
So he actually just linked up with his uncle, who's our only living blood relative on my dad's side.
Oh, wow.
He came through our local town and left a message for the local librarian looking for my grandmother who passed away, a decade ago.
Sure.
And said, I'm her brother and I'm looking for this person. So they relayed that to my father. My father reached out, and it turns out my whole grandmother's side of the family, I'm Spanish because my grandmother's maiden name was Garcia. Mm-hmm. So now I have a whole blood family that lives in New Jersey that's Hispanic that I'm related to. So that was pretty cool. My dad got to meet him on 4th of July this year. And on my mom's side, my mother was adopted when she was younger. So I have no clue what my mother's bloodline looks like. Now, you know me personally. I look a lot like my mother.
Yep.
I'd be very curious to see what my real blood grandfather and great grandfather looks like, because
Sure.
I'm sure I pulled those genes down from them. But yeah, I've seen some really cool like old family history, historic photos of people, how they look like distant relatives. So you'll have to show me that picture.
Right. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy because you think you're like that many generations separated with the mixture of other families coming in, other, bloodlines coming in, being mixed in, that the looks would change,
Yeah.
of course, but and not have so much of a similarity.
You're like, holy shit, I fought in the American Revolution.
yeah. Yeah. That's funny that you say that because I looked kind of my name up on Google and I think there was a American Revolution Jeremiah McPeak that died.
Wow.
Yeah, strange. Pidge, we already kind of shot you out saying that you have the Tom Cruise look or exact look-alike, and Calc also
Far from
said
it.
the Jim Carrey horned picture from Ace Ventura.
Well, this is a funny question because I'll have to post it on Twitter. My daughter noticed some guy that looked exactly like Kelk on the boardwalk. I mean, he was twice his size, but same glasses,
Yeah.
same everything.
Yeah, we talked about Boardwalk Celtic and Sheriff Celtic.
Yeah,
Oh,
but both of them being heavyweights in comparison.
yeah, Sheriff Kelk. Yeah, I got to post it on Twitter. It's hilarious. He like looks at me too. He's like, "Dude, I know you're there. I know who you
I
are.
know you're filming me.
Yeah, my name's Kelk. What are you doing?"
Yeah, we're going to talk this week to do a show. All right, well, thanks for the question at OJ Glazer. Our next question comes from at Hands Up Lock Key. Oh my God. Jackass. Okay. Were you guys ever bullied growing up? And does anyone care to share?
Kelk wasn't bullied. He
I-
was the bully.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was never bullied. Well, no, you know what? Let me take that back. In grade school, probably second grade, I want to say. Second grade or third grade. I remember one time coming home. I used to take the bus home, crying to my parents because these two jackasses, they were twin brothers. They used to call me Carrot Top all the time on the bus ride home. But that was back when I had hair. Yeah, I was as carrot as Ginger could be, I guess. But then once I got probably to 7th and 8th grade, I actually became the bully. So, yeah, I feel a little bad about that. I used to beat up on this one kid in town pretty regularly. And
How does it make you feel now, you jerk?
yeah, I feel like a douchebag now.
Yeah. I was bullied all the way up to like 9th grade. I mean, it wasn't like severe where I get like beat downs. Like the worst of it was like bigotry names and tripped in hallways and stuff, but no like beat downs or anything like that. And what's funny is I have 3 older brothers who were like in high school at the time, and they wouldn't protect me or anything.
You're like, where the fuck was my backup?
Yeah, I know. And I didn't have any friends back then either. Also, I found out this past weekend that my mom was a bully. My mom's like 5'2". It's just like
pretty hardcore though.
Shoving
Yeah,
kids in the locker or what?
no. She used to like she made some money with like hand crutches,
Oh no.
kind of like someone who has like wrapped on their wrist and they needed to like help them walk.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's
Made fun of that
palsy or
lady.
something like
My mom made fun of somebody with braces, and
that.
then she
I can imagine the names you called her.
no, I asked my mom those stories, and then
He's
she
calling your mom names after she told you this.
I called her a bigot. She also was making fun of this girl, and this girl like took a swipe at her and she missed, and her glasses fell off. So my mom grabbed her glasses, ran down the block, and shoved them in a mailbox at a house. How the mailbox is on the door.
Yeah.
And my mom was standing on the steps until the girl came. She's like, try to get your glasses now. So the girl rang the doorbell, and my mom said like this 90-year-old lady in this walker came to the door. And my mom felt so terrible, and she never bullied anyone else from that on.
I thought you were going to say your mom stole the walker.
My mom drop kicked the lady like Ultimate Warrior.
Sweep the walker out from underneath her.
I got your walker.
Yeah. Now you gotta lift this lady up to get your glasses.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my god. But my mom felt so bad. It's like, what if the lady slipped and fell and like she died? It was my fault. So she stopped being a bully from now on. Instead, she had like 2 kids by the time she was 17.
Yeah.
All right, well, myself, no. I mean, maybe I was. I don't remember. But I was super social when I was younger, so I got along with a lot of people.
So you were a bully.
Nah, I don't know if I ever really got into the bullying. I mean, maybe.
He was there cheering me on when I was beating that kid up.
Yeah.
I bet.
Probably, yeah. All right, well, thank you for the question at Hands Up Lock Key. Nice. That guy's a douchebag. Last question comes from at Deb Sully. Okay. Scotchhound, please don't move to Canada if Trump is president. I don't need another man in my life to leave me. Would you be willing to take me with you, or you moving in? Nice. That's awesome. Now I have to wonder: is our very own Pigeon's, parent's first name Deb?
I would assume so. I think this is the bully, Deb Sully.
That's incredible.
Oh my god, my daughter she was like, Whiskers and Jonas said that they would move to Canada if Trump is president. I'm like, no, they won't. Don't worry, Mr. Jeremiah won't go. My mom's like, please don't let him go. And she said it herself. She's like, I don't need another man in my life to lead me.
Oh my god,
that's incredible.
My mom, I guess a little preface is my mom has the hots for Scotchhound.
Ooh. Hopefully Whiskers doesn't listen to this show.
Beard or no beard.
She's been listening to all of them. So. Oh, really? No beard too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just so you know, you could be my dad. And
even
my mom thinks 50 Shades of Grey is for rookies.
I know. I remember you saying.
I remember that.
So
you're saying there's a chance.
What do you think there, Dad? Daddy Scotch.
I don't know if my son would have such a high-pitched voice.
Daddy Scotch.
All right. Well, thank you for the. I guess that's not really a question. I guess it is a question at the end.
Yeah. So, are you going to take my mom, or are you going to move in with her?
I don't think we're going anywhere.
When your family leaves you.
Yeah. They leave to go to Canada.
Yeah.
Canada. I wonder how easy that really is.
Not when Trump's president. It won't be.
Yeah. You're like, nope. We're blocking the borders.
Canada's good people. Mexican, terrible. Build a fence.
As you quickly find out, Canada's like, no, we don't want you here.
Yeah. We're building a fence of our own from Americans.
Yeah.
There
you go. You can move up there and become a Mountie.
Right. That could be fun.
You're already one with the nature. So
yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the question at Deb Sully. Incredible. All right, Calc. Final yay on your beer?
Yeah, this might be one of my favorite farmhouse ales that I've had this podcasting venture.
Okay, is it better than that double wit, the two jokers?
Did I have the two jokers a second time? What was the beer I had a second time and I was like, I wasn't feeling it as much? Was it the two jokers?
No, that was the Four Beans.
That was the Four Beans. Okay. No, Double Wit's still up there, but this one's really good. It's got a little bit of a. It actually says it gets real dry at the very end and has a little bit of pepper taste, which I can definitely feel. But I think the alcohol's starting to get to me too.
Nice.
Pidge, what are you drinking this round?
I was drinking formula because I was feeding my baby.
Oh.
The whole segment, so I apologize.
You had to test the temperature, and then you ended up enjoying it yourself?
Yeah, I was going to say, he got a little sucked in.
You shut your whore mouth.
Calc, same pairing?
Yeah. Pork? Big, thick pork chop with apple chutney on it.
All right, awesome. Myself on the Saranac, the New York Local Weiss. I think that's what I called it the first time. Maybe not. It's good. It's really good. It's the wheat ale. I mean, following up the others that I've had, it's quite tasty. And I have to give Saranac a big, High five for every one of these beers.
I
being pretty
do
tasty.
like wheat beers. So out of the 3 tonight, would you recommend the wheat the highest?
To be honest with you, I would recommend the IPA the highest. I'm not even coming in on that hipster vibe of the IPAs. It's just the aftertaste of that was nice. Like it had a little bit of it had like that aftertaste hop, but it also had like a little bit of citrus too that wasn't overwhelming. Like you didn't taste it up front, but in like the tail end, like at the aftertaste, you kind of had it
Yeah.
linger.
No, you
Which was
kind of
nice.
sold me on that when you were explaining it. I don't want an IPA that, to me, at least this is my opinion. I don't want an IPA that tastes like I took a handful of cut grass in one hand and a grapefruit rind in the other and smash them into my mouth. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like IPAs that bite that hard. I know some people, that's what they want in an IPA. I want an IPA that has a little bit of that IPA bite in the front end, but then gets real smooth out.
Yeah,
on
and
the-
that's totally how this was. I mean, because
Okay.
that was the first beer, so I hadn't really had anything else going for drinks. So, and it was like I said, it was pretty damn smooth the whole time.
All right. Yeah.
This wheat beer it's really good too. Like I said, I don't think I've drank a lot of Saranac before, but everything that I've tried was good. So I'll definitely go back to them again.
All right. Yeah. We'll tweet out to them. I'll have to give that IPA a shot.
Yeah. But that's the show. If you want, I didn't get a chance to upload last week's onto YouTube yet, but you can check us out on YouTube, the old shows that we're now uploading there. It's another place to catch us and give us feedback. Otherwise, you can catch Kelk at
Celtic Fox _LC on Twitter. And you can also follow the Loaded Couch on Twitter and on Facebook at The Loaded Couch. And on Facebook, we're also at Just Loaded Couch.
All right, and what's your username on your favorite page?
Which favorite page?
Reddit.
Oh, on Reddit? I don't want to give that away. People are
All
going
right.
to know some of my trash talking. Yeah,
All right.
if people are smart, they'll figure it out.
Okay, good. And yeah, you can catch me at Scotchhound_LC on Twitter. So hit us up, get some questions in here or into us, and we'll be happy to answer them. And we'll catch you next time.
Later.